olfactory tract, olfactory bulb. That is the telencephalon. So the telencephalon is fairly large. Now, the diencephalon is just this region right there. And it consists of a roof, which is the epithalamus, sides, which are the thalamus, and the floor, which is the hypothalamus. So that makes it really easy. When you think diencephalon, think of the thalamus along with an epi and a hypo, because that's what epi and hypo means. Okay? Now, as it turns out, the tissue that makes up the epithalamus, this thin tissue here, or better yet, see the thin tissue there? Mm-hmm. Or on your brain, yeah, the thin tissue is still there. And on your brain, the thin tissue is sort of there. But it's really nice on this one. See that nice, thin, transparent tissue? That's called telechoroidea. So the epithalamus is composed of telechoroidea. Now, if you rip through that telechoroidea right here, you go into a cavity, which is the third ventricle. So obviously, there are lateral ventricles in either cerebral hemisphere. Okay, now, moving along. We've done telencephalon, diencephalon, now mesencephalon. Just one thing to know, these optic lobes, okay? So these are involved in sight, just as these are involved in smell. The metencephalon is the cerebellum right here. There's the body of the cerebellum, and then on either side is an auricle of the cerebellum. So there's your big cerebellum there. Not quite, there's your auricle right there. Auricle is an E, auricle with an AU, not an O. Auricle is an ear, not as in the oracle of Delphi. And then, so that's metencephalon. Then after the metencephalon is the myelencephalon, which consists of this medulla oblongata here. So myelin with an L, M-Y-L, myelencephalon, formed by this medulla oblongata. Now there's a cavity in the medulla, which is the fourth ventricle. And it's very nice on this one, fourth ventricle right there. And that too is covered by a thin telechoroidea, which I think is still there, but is sort of sunken down. Those are the parts of the brain. Now for the nerves. The olfactory nerves are many little nerves that run from the bulb to the nasal capsule, just like I described in mammals. The optic nerve, let me find one here. You guys really, you don't need to now, but you need to snip around one of your eyes so you can get into it. So I will do it on one of these. Oh, here it is on, well, no, I don't want to do it on that because I don't want to wreck the, okay, it's got to be here. That is the optic nerve right there. Now, since we're doing eyes, we should do the muscles so you don't mistake a muscle for a nerve. Two eye muscles run this way. They're called the obliques. Think of them as running at an oblique angle. Four run this way. They're called the rectuses. So this is the dorsal oblique, and underneath it is the ventral oblique. This is the dorsal rectus, the medial rectus, the lateral rectus, and underneath is a ventral rectus.
So those are
very,
muscles.
very straightforward. Now, back to the nerves. Nerves 3, 4, and 6 innervate the eye muscles. Nerve 3, the ocular motor, that's easy, oculo-eye motor. The ocular motor goes to 4 of the eye muscles. You only have to see the most obvious branch, and that is the branch of the ocular motor right here on the ventral surface of the eye, that right there, that is running to this ventral oblique. So that's the ventral oblique muscle, and there's the branch of the ocular motor that runs to it. Other branches run to this ventral rectus, dorsal rectus, and medial rectus, but you don't have to find them. So that's nerve 3, ocular motor. Nerve 4 runs from, and it's on this beautifully. There it is. See that right there? Nerve 4 runs from between the cerebellum and optic lobes through the cartilage, across under the superficial ophthalmic to innervate this dorsal oblique muscle. So that's a beautiful example. Another beautiful example on this side.
This guy right